This is my ultimate Ironman Log 2 free-to-play worlds. My new side project full of nostalgia and new adventures. 3 years ago I started the Karamja only Ultimate Ironman side project and locked myself to Karamja to complete the Inferno from scratch. A big part of that account were the unusual, time-consuming and weird training methods, and I really started to appreciate these rewarding grinds. So I think I'm really going to enjoy this free-to-play account. Let's just start this journey and see where it gets us. We're going to start with a bunch of easy, quick progress, and that is the first quest completed on the account. X marks the spot. I'm going to keep the lamp and use it once I complete Rune Mysteries for some free rune crafting XP. Of course, we will grab the 10,000 GP, that will be helpful for some early training. Probably going to spend that on range equipment and some magic runes. And that's the Rune Mysteries quest completed as well. Probably surprising to some of you, because if you complete this quest you will not be able to do the Air Tiara runecrafting method, where you basically keep asking for the Air Talisman and you will use all of that to make tiaras. I'm not actually planning on doing that method on this account, so it will be fine, trust me. And we can now spend the lamp on runecrafting, because you do actually need to complete Rune Mysteries to lamp the skill. And that gets me to 4 runecrafting. Right, so one of my big plans on this account is to get the 100 Elmas Wind Cape for the Fashion Scape, and we can spend all of the points on Eddy Arrows and use it for range training or sell for GP. But to play this minigame you actually need 150 total in free to play. So I guess that's the first short term goal, because I will probably be spending quite a bit of time in this minigame. This episode is brought to you by Audible. Unfortunately, something I don't like a lot is reading books, but thanks to Audible I can still consume a great variety of content and information by listening. Audible is the leading provider of spoken word entertainment on one place. At Audible you can find the largest collection of audiobooks ranging from bestsellers and new releases. Every month members get 1 free credit that can be exchanged for any audiobook in Audible's collection, which is kept even after the 30 days are over. One of my favorite subjects is design and business, and Audible has some fascinating content about this topic. Being able to listen to audiobooks while playing Runescape not only makes time go by faster, it also makes me feel more productive, and I love learning about new things. If audiobooks aren't your thing, Audible also offers a great library of podcasts, wellness programs, comedy and exclusive Audible originals you won't find anywhere else. You can visit audible.com/Verf or text Verf to 500 500 to start your free 30-day trial. Alright, we're going to invest some of the GP from the stronghold. I'm going to buy a bunch of bronze arrows and get my range up. I'm probably also going to spend it on early magic. Basically, GP will not be a problem anymore for me after I finish the LMS grind. I will be selling adamant arrows to the shop whenever I need a bit of GP. And once we actually start using the arrows, I will be making a bunch of money with all the arrows. So it's just going to be useful early game. Humble beginnings, that's 2 range. Killing chickens like the good old days. Probably get like 10 range here and then move over to goblins or cows. This is a pretty good spot early on, because I'm going to get some cooking levels and prayer levels as well, which boost my total level. There's a very handy cooking pot next to the chicken, so I'll be cooking all of my raw chickens, get some free cooking levels, and that is 75 total on the account. So we're already halfway to the requirement for Elmas. It's actually not that bad to get the requirement, it's not that high. I kind of multi-quested the Restless Ghost quest, so decided to finish that off as well for some free prayer levels, and that should get me to 10 prayer, there we go. Slowly going to get up the quest points for Dragon Slayer, because that will be one of the other goals I'll be working towards. And there's 15 woodcutting. I decided to start the fire making, woodcutting and doing some magic. Really easy levels to boost my total levels again. And there's 15 fire making as well. And that's 18 fire making with 100 totals, so we're getting there. And this always brings me back to the first days of playing Runescape. There's just something about fire making and woodcutting in Lumbridge. I love it. Some little technique in there, and there's 20 woodcutting. 26 woodcutting and 125 total, almost there. Right, decided to switch over to cooking because I got a decent amount of woodcutting and fire making levels and my cooking is still really low. I have 2800 GP left, and there's actually a pretty nice way to train cooking early on an Ironman. You can buy sardines from the fishing shop and just cook them, and it's a really quick way to get early cooking levels. So I'm gonna spam some sardines and that should get me close to the level I need for LMS. And there we go, that GP got me 25 cooking, not bad. Right, it is a few days later and I started trading range and there's 30 range on the account. I finished my LMS grind. However, I need to wait 48 hours before I can use the shop. So what I'm going to do is progress my accounts a bunch, do some quests, get some levels. And once the timer is finished, I can spend the points and get myself the cape. So let's get to work. First, beginner casket of the account. Can we get a unique? Let's see. We got cabbages. Alright, that's the same chance as a unique. Unlucky. Alright, decided to do Vampire Slayer. I didn't really train my melee yet, so this will come in handy. And this is a nice safe spot for the people that are very low combat. And there we go, that's the quest done for 20 attack. I have to wait around one more day and I've been spending all of my time doing fishing and cooking. Because it's really AFK, I can just play my other account while AFKing on this one. And we did make quite a bit of progress since last clip because this level will get me 350 total level. But yeah, I should be able to open a shop tomorrow and use the points. Alright, we should be able to open the shop now, but I wanted to finish off this clean level on the account. 50 cooking, nice milestone. We did do quite a bit of fishing on this account. And I'm probably not going to do fishing and cooking for a long time on this account now. We are mostly going to focus on ranged. Alright, let's check it out then. I got myself 100 wins and 648 points. That is a lot of points and this is what the scoreboard looks like. I did do 171 games, so pretty good statistics I think. I think it took me around 13 or 14 hours to play all of these games. And we got an average of 2.7 kills per game, so close to 3 kills per game. At the time of this recording, there were a lot of bots in LMS, so it was a bit easy to get wins. And also they did close LMS in free to play, so you cannot actually get points or spend points, which really is a shame. I think they're kind of looking into fixing it because of the bots, but these recordings are quite old, so that's why I'm still able to use the shop. And yeah, I'm going to spend all of these points. Alright, spend it on Eddie Arrows, 648. Wow, that looks unreal. 226,000 Eddie Arrows in free to play, and it basically took me 2 days of playtime to get this, which is kind of crazy if we think about it. That legit does not look real. What a great start to the account though. So if I ever need GP, I can sell some of these Eddie Arrows in the Varrock shop and get some GP for it. But I will try and save all of these arrows, and I think I want to shoot all of these arrows on this account. And I believe the best spot will be Ogre's Warriors, so that will be an interesting grind. Subscribe. So the next goal I'm going to work on is Dragon Slayer, because that will unlock full green D'hide, which will be very good for ranging. But in order to do Dragon Slayer, we need to do some quests, we need to get some stats up, so let's start grinding. We are going to start with some crafting, because I will be able to train some melee stats, and I need crafting for smithing, but we will get into that in a little bit. And there's 10 mining, that's a requirement for the Knight Sword, and let's go do that quest, because that quest should get me 29 smithing instantly. I got you a sword, give me that reward, there we go, 29 smithing on the account, that is such a time saver. Love that quest. It is time to start killing some Ogre's Warriors on the account. Going to get up my magic early on for all the teleports, mostly the Falador teleport, and these guys drop a lot of law runes, and I'm going to need some law runes for my early smithing and mining grind. And I completely forgot about this, but in order to do Dragon Slayer on a free to play account, you have to make steel nails with the smithing skill. Because you can't buy steel nails anywhere, so you have to smith them because they are needed for the quest to repair the boat. So yeah, we have to grind out some runes, and we also can make some easy money killing ogresses. Got myself a beautiful blue man, and he got me 7 rune crafting. I think overall rune crafting will be the best skill to lamp once you get a high level. But I'm just getting some free total levels for now. 43 magic on the account, which means we can use the superheat spell. Not that useful right now, I only have 20 nature runes, but at a later stage of the account this spell will be amazing. 20 mining on the account, which means we can now mine silver, and that is a pretty important ore to mine. I've collected some law runes from ogresses. We have 32 law runes, which should be enough to get the smithing level that I need. And my plan right now is to mine silver, teleport to Falador to make silver jewelry. get some crafting and smithing XP, and then teleport with the chronicles and repeat the process. Should get me a lot of mining, smithing and crafting levels, and most important, the requirement for Dragon Slayer. Spent most of my GP on pickaxe upgrades because I was using a bronze pickaxe, and a bronze pickaxe isn't very good. So this is roughly what the route is looking like. I'm making unholy symbols because you can sell them back to the general store and you make quite a bit of GP. You can also go for tiaras, which I will probably do for most of the crafting grind because it will give slightly more XP and probably GP will not be an issue in the future. But you basically make all the silver ores into bars, make it into jewelry, sell it or drop it depending what you're making, and then you can teleport back to the Verf mine and repeat the process. 36 hit points and 500 total, although I realized that my total actually isn't 500 because my free to play total is 492. So I'll probably work on some other easy skills because if I get 500 total, I will be able to use one of the skilling worlds and that should have a lot less bots when doing silver. 34 smithing. Steel nails unlocked, I can now smith them, so I have everything for Dragon Slayer. Skill wise, I still need to do quests and get the quest points, but progress is going well. I did a couple more trips to finish off this mining level, 41 mining, which is the level required for a rune pickaxe. So when we go back to this mining grind in the future, I will be instantly able to use the rune pickaxe. So the next step is to grind a bunch of easy free to play quests and get their quest points up. So let's roll the montage. Alright, we are about to slay the dragon. I used a pretty simple trick that most people use for this quest early on, which is flinching Elvark. It does take a little bit of time, but you can do it with very low stats and basically don't waste any combat XP because this quest gives a lot of combat XP early on, so the sooner you can do this quest the better. And I just flinched it with base 30 attack and strength. Worked out pretty well. Elvark head obtained. Let's turn in this bad boy. Alright, Osiark, give me that big, beautiful XP reward. Look at that. That should give me a lot of levels. Let's check it out. 38 strength and 35 defense. So we only need 5 more defense levels and we're pretty much ready for the range training grind. We can buy the body here and the Vems, Chaps and a Coif in the Champions Guild, and that's pretty much all we need for the ranging grind. There we go, 40 defense completed. And we got 40 ranged as well. Decided to kill some minotaurs, tried to get some clue scrolls. We can now equip the green d'hide armor. Look at that beautiful outfit. That's going to boost my range XP by quite a lot, I think. That's a lot of extra accuracy bonus. And we're getting some goodies from these beginner clues. That's my second unique in 10 beginner clues. There is a collection log in free to play, so going to try and get as many items on the collection log for sure. Right, so my new training spot is Moss Giants on Crandor Island after Dragon Slayer. And I got myself the first Mossy Key. Going to stay here until 50 range, I think. And then we are officially ready for Ogresses. Another Mossy Key. Wow, another unique? How many clues is that? 15 clue scrolls. We are getting really lucky with these uniques right now. And there we go, 50 ranged on the free to play account. We got 5 Mossy Keys in total. We will use them when we get Magic Protect, but let's move over to Ogresses. I've basically completed the early list of grinds now, and that means we can start some of the big grinds, so I'm pretty excited. Another reason we did Dragon Slayer early on is because of this new area they added a while ago. With Dragon Slayer completed, you can enter this special area and enter this dungeon. And because it is Dragon Slayer only, a lot of people don't know about it. It's not as crowded as the other area, which will be very good. So after testing various save spots, I think this will be my go-to save spot. I can kill 2 Ogresses at all times. As you can see in the inventory, the stacks are starting to go up. We got some money now, we got some law runes and nature runes, which will be the main runes that I'm going to hunt from the Ogress warriors. I am going to set myself a very interesting goal for the next episode, which is 70 crafting for the Amulet of Power, but there's a twist. I will only train crafting with gem drops from ogresses, which means I have to kill around 68,000 Ogress warriors. I think that will give some pretty epic loot and stats, and I will put all of that progress in the next episode. Make sure you subscribe to the channel and like the video if you want to see more. I'm really excited to release this next video. I've been working on this Ogresses grind for quite a while now, so I should be able to release this video somewhat soon. So stay tuned, have a nice day, and I see you next video.